You're back in business with me, Sunanda Jayaseelan. Here's a Bloomberg TV exclusive. Tom Albanese, the Chief Executive Officer of Vedanta Resources, feels the transparency brought about by the e-auction of coal blocks will inspire more companies to invest in India's mineral space. Albanese has also welcomed the government's move to remove uncertainty surrounding the NELP regime as well as oil and gas exploration. Here's more.
Well, I think that transparency, everyone would agree, is a welcome change. And so I think that the auctioning process, creating that transparency, is certainly the step in the direction that industry would be looking forward to make the kinds of investments that need to be made. And again, I think you'll see exploration is generally a smaller stage, earlier investment, but it's very high risk. I mean, typically in exploration, only 1 in 100 chance for success. So like pharmaceuticals, you only invest a little bit at the front end.
Right.
And this would be, I think, gives certainly us the encouragement to do that, but it's certainly want to see how those ordinances play out, how the auctions play out over the coming months and the coming year. And I think that will, to some extent, dictate how much investment gets made in exploration in that period of time.
Right. Let's talk a little bit about oil and gas exploration in India. Of course, NELP has not been, that exciting in the last few years. The government is promising that this time around it will be a little different. What are your views as far as oil and gas exploration in India goes?
I think, first of all, like mineral exploration, I believe that India is underexplored in the oil and gas area. While there have been huge successes, including our own in Rajasthan, I think that as the global super majors in the oil and gas sector are attracted into India, we're going to find new geologic terrains, new geologic basins, and particularly down the road, unconventional sources of oil and gas, which I think could be transforming the landscape of the oil and gas sector in India. I think that we've seen with NELP, we've seen some of the uncertainties around what will be the tenure, what are the terms of the licenses, are probably to some extent creating impediments in that path. And certainly from our perspective, we're welcoming the actions the government's taking to remove those uncertainties, to provide clarity of tenure, clarity of what are the rules for the investment. And then I think you'll see the money coming in. Of course, the backdrop on a global basis right now is you have lower oil and gas prices.
Absolutely.
So you see basically what's going to happen is there's less money flowing into the oil and gas sector. As a matter of fact, it's retreating, capital is retreating from the oil and gas sector.
Right. My next question, of course, as you mentioned, Rajasthan, and Rajasthan has been exciting for Cairn for a while now. There have been certain impediments, but, the company has gone forth and stayed there. Tell us a little bit about how Rajasthan will be unfolding for Cairn. Are we looking at any more investments in Rajasthan as we go ahead?
Yes, we have had, over the past year, our largest investments in the history of Cairn's involvement in Rajasthan, with a very large program, invested over $1 billion in the enhanced oil recovery and the polymer injection. This polymer injection project is the world's largest of its kind. And so it's a huge project, and it's going to be a big part of the total oil and gas, lead to a big part of the total oil and gas production from Rajasthan in the foreseeable future. I think as we look ahead, we had a period of time where we weren't allowed to do any exploration. Once we were allowed again to do exploration, we found some new discoveries, and that put us on a course of new opportunities. Of course, now we're in an environment with lower oil and gas prices. So we, like every oil and gas company in the world, have to make sure that we have we have basically spending according to our means.
Right.
We're cutting according to our cloth, and so we will spend less at $50 oil than we would have at $100 oil. And every single oil and gas company in the world will tell you exactly that same thing. So we're prioritizing to the oil and gas opportunities that make sense in the current market environment.
Right. Very quickly, your chairman had said that you're looking to merge companies. It's on the drawing board at this point in time. Cairn, Hindustan Zinc, Sesa Sterlite. Where does that plan stand at this point in time?
Just exploratory.
Still exploratory. What about Balco? Have you applied, and for Hindustan Zinc, have you applied to the government to sort of get their permissions in case, you're looking at merging?
Well, the government this year, during the past fiscal year,
right,
had done its valuations. So again, I think the government has an intent to disinvest their interest, but everything else exploratory.
On that note, completely out of time on the show. Thanks so much for watching.